Everyone, have a pleasant day. This is Srimati. I'm going to take issue of shares for today's class. What is the issue of shares? Already you have recollected from your past classes. The issue of shares by companies can be classified into four types based on the company receives the consideration. You know what is consideration? Something in return by issue of shares, that is money values. The first one is issue of shares for immediate or full consideration, and the next classification is issue of shares for consideration receivable in installments, which has been termed as in different calls. Then issue of shares without any consideration. There will be an issue of shares, but there will not be any return, that is there is no consideration for it. For example, issue of bonus shares. The company issues the shares, but for that the company will not receive back any money values. And the next one is issue of shares through other modes, that is different modes of shares in which the company issues. First one is right issue, then employee stock option schemes, and then sweet equity, and then private placements, etc. These portions we are going to see only the theories, that is issue of bonus shares and right issues, employee stock option scheme, all these things only the theory portions. Rest of the thing only we have to see in the problem orient also. Let us start with issue of shares for immediate full consideration. What it means? Immediate full consideration. Usually the company wants the share capital for its start of business. So the company wants to have the capital in full at a stretch. So the company issues this type of shares for full and immediate consideration. So in such a case, it has been the full value, the face value of the shares are received at a time. So the transaction has completed without the necessity for further follow-up actions in the future. So the considerations can be receivable either in two ways, either for non-cash consideration or cash consideration. So let us start with non-cash consideration. So here the company issues the shares for non-cash consideration, means other than cash. So here it issues in different ways. So first one is issue of shares for acquisition of assets. What is acquisition of asset? Purchasing of an asset. When a business starts up, the company needs to purchase the number of assets for its startup of business. So the fixed assets like lands, buildings, machineries, equipments, etc. may be purchased by the company by issuing the shares. So such arrangements may be due to the need to conserve the cash resources, okay, because they don't want to invest much of cash directly towards the purchasing of these assets. So here they may go on part of a foreign collaboration also, but usually they will go for issue of shares by these terms, okay, other than cash. Let us see the journal entry for it. What is the journal entry? The asset account debtor to share capital account. Straight away the asset is purchased by issuing the shares to that person, that is being the allotment of shares in consideration of the purchase of fixed assets. And the next one is issue of shares to vendors of a business. The vendors, who are the vendors? Sometimes the business may purchase another business which is already existing. In such a case, the business of others having the assets and liabilities. Such assets and liabilities are directly purchased by the business which they are starting. For that, they will issue the shares instead of paying a cash. So the company may purchase a running business of any, for example, sole proprietary concern or a partnership firm or even some other companies also. So the consideration may be in the form of shares, not in the form of cash sometimes. So the consideration may the difference between this net assets purchased and the net value of shares issued can be taken into either goodwill account or to the capital reserve account. How it could be taken? See the journal entry. See, there is about an asset account data, and then there is about a goodwill account data, and then 2 liabilities account, 2 vendors account, and then 2 capital reserve account. But here all these things will not appear in the same journal entry, because the asset which we have purchased will come for the debit asset account data, and then usually the liabilities which we are taking, that also comes to liabilities account, and then 2 vendors to whom we have to pay the consideration, that is shares, issuing the shares, that is to vendors account. Is there any difference between this? Okay, assets, liabilities and vendors. The difference is more than the debit. The difference is more than the debit, then we will put it into the goodwill account. If the difference is more than the debit is more than the credit, then we will put it in the credit balance, that is to capital reserve account. The capital reserve account will be credited at the time of the company benefits, that is having more values they received than what they have issued the shares. And the next one is issue of shares to promoters, etc. Promoters, underwriters or something. Okay, so usually for promoters, for the services which is rendered by them. So who are the promoters? The promoters of a company spend their time and money to incorporate the company. So those who are responsible for the schemes of merge, reconstruction, and then for amalgamation, absorption, in those cases also spend their time to move such schemes. Okay, so the companies may issue the shares to compensate the promoters and others for their services. Such a tangible consideration is received, then goodwill is to be considered. So what is the journal entry for it? So the goodwill account data to a share capital account. So here the company shares issued to compensate the promoters as per the resolution which has been dated. So that should be recorded at the time of recording your journal entries. And the next part we go to cash consideration. As I already said, the issue of shares for immediate full consideration, non-cash consideration and cash consideration. Now let us see with cash consideration. So the companies may issue the shares and receive the full amount of issue in one lump sum at the same time they are going to issue it. So the issues may be at par or at premium or at discount. So what is the journal entry for it? What is the par value? The face value. Face value, the share value is the face value. Then when it has been issued at par, the bank account data to share capital account, being issue of shares for cash at par. Then issue of when the issue is at premium. The premium means above the face value, above the par value of the share. So here we are debiting bank account and then crediting the capital account and then crediting the extra value what we have received, that is under the securities premium account. So here being issue of shares at premium, what shares we are issuing. And the next one is issue when the issue is at a discount. So bank account data and then discount on issue of shares account data to share capital. Here what is discount? Not up to the face value. It has been less than the face value of the shares. Usually it should not reduced more than 5% according to the Companies Act. The second type of issue is issue of shares for consideration receivable in installments. We say as a termed in calls. Most of the public limited companies issue shares in this way only. So here this method is more flexible and convenient. So here the prospective investor, that is the shareholders, need not pay the full value of shares immediately. It will be a burden for making such a huge investment. So they can apply for more shares than they can immediately pay for. So they can get number of shares more. So they keep their future cash inflows in mind and while making such a decision of investment. So this enhances the public response to the issue. Here the company may not need the amount immediately, that is the full entire value of shares may not be required entirely in a short run. So this method enables the company to make calls to the extent which has been necessary to them immediately and then postpone the future calls to a convenient time in the future. So this is about under a different usual procedure as I already explained in the last classes. The procedure is the prospectus issued by the company inviting the public to subscribe for its shares by giving an advertisement in the newspapers and magazines. Okay, and then the application forms are available freely in the banks. Now it is on digital mode, and then the company should have at least minimum 5% of nominal value of nominal value, that is face value of shares while collecting the application money. Okay, so here this is about a guidelines which has been given. Then application form for shares contain the name of the bankers for the issues, and any application any applicant can send the completed application form along with the check or demand draft, and it could be payable in any bank which has been mentioned in the share application by the company before the closing date of the issue. And the next one is allotment of shares. So on the expiry of the last date for the receipt of application, the applicants is prepared showing the number of applicants in a different categories based on the shares applied for. So the company has to see whether there is about they received the minimum subscription first, and then the prospectus or a statement or the statement in lieu of prospectus are be filed with the registrar of companies. Then application money at least 25% of nominal value of the share or deposit are received. These are the main conditions before it goes for allotment of shares. So the directors may follow certain norms and may consult the stock exchange also to determine the mode of allotment when there is about oversubscription. What is oversubscription? When a company receives applications for a large number of shares than those offered to the public. Say for example, if the company issues 10,000 shares to the public but it receives application for 15,000 shares, then we say it is about oversubscription. And then in such a cases, the following usual procedures are to be followed. What is about? There is about ways in which the shares to be allotted to the share applicants. How it should be allotted? Sometimes the full allotment. What is about full allotment? Only to those shareholders who have applied for, first come first serve, like that. So up to the first 10,000 shareholders, share applicants, it will be allotted to them. That is the full allotment without rejecting any number of shares to the share applicants who have applied for the shares. And then the application money of the allotted applicant to be transferred to the share capital, and the application money of the rejected application has to be refunded in full values. And another step is selective partial allotment. So here the shares may be partly allotted to different categories of applicants in different ratios. Say for example, those who have applied for 200 shares or less may get only 50% of the shares they applied, and for those who have applied for more than 200 shares may get 25% of the shares they have applied. Say for example, if a person, the share applicant has applied for 500 shares, then he may get only 200 shares, and then the rest of the 300 shares will be refunded. Then next one is, if suppose an applicant has applied for 1000 shares, then he may get 500 shares. Rest of the share application money will be refunded to him. So this is about a selective partial allotment. And next one is pro rata allotment. What is pro rata allotment? The allotment proportionate to the applications received to all the applicants. So here it may be possible to reject some applications on the basis of some criteria and the balance applications, and then proportionate allotment could be made up. some applications may not be complete, that may be rejected, and balance full applicants would be given an allotment. Say for example, the 50,000 shares are offered to the public, issued to the public, for which 2 lakh share applications are received. In such a case, 1 share for every 4 shares applied for may be allotted to all the applicants. There will not be any rejection. We are accepting the 2 lakh applications, and we are giving only the 50,000 shares. That is about pro rata allotment for 1 share for every 4 shares which has been applied for. So let us say another one, that is the company receives 2 lakh applications. Out of 2 lakh applications, it rejects partially, that is 1 lakh applications, and then in remaining 1 lakh applications, the shares allots one share for every 2 shares applied for. This is about called pro rata allotment. Here the application money of the allotted applicants has to be transferred to the share capital account, and then rejected application money has to be fully returned off, paid off. Then in case the surplus application money, 1 lakh shares, 1 lakh share applications we have returned, and remaining 1 lakh we have given the 50,000 shares allotted. So there will be a surplus application money. So this surplus application money can be adjusted towards the sum which has been due for the allotment and even for the calls. Only when the company's articles of association gives the regulation for it. In the absence of the details, the company usually adjusts the surplus of application money towards the sum due on allotment, and return any further excess amount is there to the applicant itself. Next one is the calls on shares. So out of the issue value of shares, the sum amount is received as application money and some more on allotment. So the balance amount, if any, is there. It should be collected by company in 1 or more calls. So at the time of issuing prospectus itself, the dates and amounts of each call may be mentioned by the company. Otherwise, the directors may make a call at their own discretion. Whenever they need of money, then they will call for this share. Shares. So here the board resolutions may be passed, and the call notice will be sent to the shareholders to pay the calls. Now we will have the full form of journal entries for the issue of shares. The first one is for receiving the share application money, bank account data to share application account. Then at the time of share allotment, the share application account data to share capital account. And the next one is for return of rejected application money. As I said, at the time of oversubscription, then the remaining shares to be rejected. Okay. So in such a case, the share application money account data to bank account for the return of money of rejected applicants. And then for further of the excess application money of pro rata allotment, how it should be treated. So the excess application money should be debit, and then it should be transferred to the share allotment, and then if anything still more excess, then that should be transferred to the calls in advance account only when the articles of association permits. And next one is the allotment amount receivable. So the remaining share applicants has to pay the allotment money. For that, share allotment account data to share capital account, and then for which the cash is received, bank account data to share allotment account. And when they make the first call, then the first call account data to share capital account, this is for the due. And then when the cash is received for the first call, then bank account data to share first call account. So the journal entries will repeat for first call and second call, first call due and first call received for the number of calls the company makes in future, that is second call, third call or final call. So up to that it may extend as the of share second call account data to share capital account, and then when they receive the money, the bank account data to share second call account, like this. One thing I want to remind you, please note all these journal entries in a separate notebook by copying those journal entries from your video session. Hope you enjoyed the class. Until the next, it's bye from Srimati. Thank you.